Listen closely. Do not rush this moment. Do not scroll. There is a reason you found this message now. Not later. Not tomorrow. Now. Something unseen is aligning around you, and it begins with a truth that is heavy, uncomfortable, and sacred at the same time. God says there is a woman close to you who is quietly fading. Not loud. Not dramatic. Quietly. She smiles. She functions. She shows strength. But inside, she is carrying something most people never notice. She is hiding pain because she does not want to be a burden. She is hiding fear because she believes everyone else matters more than her. And no, this is not random. This message did not find you by accident. Don't skip. Stay till the end. You may already know her. Or you may sense her without fully realizing who she is yet. She could be someone who checks on you instead of asking how she is. Someone who listens more than she speaks. Someone who says, "I'm fine," a little too quickly. Someone who has learned how to suffer silently because life taught her that being strong was safer than being honest. God says her silence is loud in heaven. She is not hiding because she lacks faith. She is hiding because she is tired. Tired of explaining. Tired of being misunderstood. Tired of being strong when her heart feels weak. And God sees every tear she never cried in front of anyone. Hold on. Stay with me. This message is not meant to scare you. It is meant to awaken you. There is a moment coming where compassion will matter more than words. Where presence will matter more than advice. Where timing will matter more than intention. God says many people wait until it is too late to say what should have been said early. Do not be one of them. You see, divine messages rarely come wrapped in comfort. They come wrapped in urgency. Not panic, but purpose. And the urgency here is simple: love without delay. God says this woman is connected to your assignment. Not by coincidence. Not by convenience, but by calling. You may be thinking, why me? Because you notice things others overlook. Because you feel things deeply. Because your heart still responds when God whispers instead of shouts. Don't skip. Stay till the end. There is something powerful about showing up before you are asked. About checking in before there is an emergency. About choosing kindness before regret becomes permanent. God says many people pray for miracles while ignoring the moment they were meant to act. This woman does not need saving. She needs seeing. She does not need fixing. She needs feeling safe enough to be honest. And God says your role is not dramatic. It is sacred. A message. A call. A pause. A moment where you choose to listen instead of assume. Hold on, stay with me. You may think this is just a motivational message. It is not. It is a mirror. It is a reminder that life is fragile even when people look strong. That strength can be a mask. That faith does not cancel pain. And silence does not mean peace. God says the most painful wounds are the ones hidden behind responsibility. This woman has carried others while slowly emptying herself. She has given love while quietly losing hope. She has prayed for everyone else while postponing her own healing. And heaven has noticed. Do not underestimate what a single moment of compassion can interrupt. God uses ordinary people to deliver extraordinary comfort. Sometimes all it takes is one person choosing not to look away. Don't skip. Stay till the end. There is also a warning here, spoken gently but firmly. Do not assume time is unlimited. Do not delay what your heart is already being nudged to do. Pride waits. Fear waits. Love should not. God says when people ignore these quiet warnings, regret becomes the loudest voice later. This message is not here to make you anxious. It is here to make you aware. Because awareness changes outcomes. You do not need perfect words. You do not need a solution. You only need sincerity. A moment of presence can become a turning point in someone's life. Hold on. Stay with me. God says this woman's story is not over. But the next chapter depends on whether someone notices before the silence becomes too heavy. And yes, this message is also about you. Because compassion is not just something you give. It is something that reshapes you. When you respond to divine nudges, your own heart begins to heal in ways you didn't expect. Sometimes God sends a message about someone else to awaken something inside you. Do not ignore this stirring. Do not brush it off as coincidence. And do not tell yourself you'll act later. Stay till the end. This is only the beginning. Stay with me. This is where the message becomes personal. There is something you must understand now, and it may surprise you. God often hides His most urgent messages inside ordinary moments. A delayed reply, a tired voice, a smile that appears strong but feels practiced. The woman this message speaks about is not distant from your life. She is woven into it. Don't skip. God says many people misread strength as stability, but strength can also be survival. Some people become strong because they had no other choice. And this woman learned early how to keep moving even when her heart wanted to stop. She is not weak. She is worn. She is not hopeless. She is quiet. And silence, when ignored for too long, becomes dangerous for the soul. Stay till the end. There is a reason God revealed this to you and not to everyone. Not everyone is trusted with heavy truths. Some hearts are not ready to carry them. Yours is. God says the pain she carries did not begin yesterday. It grew slowly, layer by layer, responsibility after responsibility, expectation after expectation. And every time she chose others, she postponed herself. People praise her resilience, but they never ask what it cost. Hold on, stay with me. Here is the revelation most people miss. God does not always intervene by changing circumstances. Sometimes He intervenes by changing a person's awareness. Sometimes the miracle is not a healing moment. It is a noticing moment. And noticing changes everything. This woman is not asking for attention. She is asking for understanding, even if she never says it out loud. God says when someone hides pain long enough, they begin to believe their pain does not matter. That belief is heavier than any burden. Don't skip. God says timing is sacred, and you are being positioned inside a moment that matters. A moment where a simple gesture becomes a lifeline, where a few sincere words interrupt a dangerous spiral of isolation. You may be thinking, what if I'm wrong? God says compassion never becomes a mistake. Presence never becomes regret. If this message is stirring something inside you, it is because your spirit recognizes truth before your mind catches up. Stay till the end. There is also a message here about you, because the way you respond to hidden pain reveals who you are becoming. God shapes hearts through responsibility. When you choose empathy, your own faith deepens. You are not meant to fix her life. You are meant to remind her that her life matters. And God says sometimes one person remembering you exist can delay the darkness long enough for light to return. Hold on. This woman's struggle is not a punishment. It is not a lack of belief. It is the result of carrying too much alone for too long. Even the strongest hearts need rest. Even the most faithful souls need reassurance. God says heaven listens closely to unspoken prayers. Don't skip. If you feel a sudden urge to reach out, do not ignore it. If a name keeps returning to your thoughts, pay attention. If your heart feels unusually heavy right now, that is not random. This message is not about fear. It is about responsibility wrapped in love. Stay till the end. God says there are moments when lives quietly shift direction, not because of miracles in the sky, but because someone chose to care on time. You are standing near one of those moments now. And what you do next matters more than you realize. Hold on. Stay with me. What comes next is subtle, but it changes everything. There is a truth God wants you to hear clearly now. Some endings are prevented quietly, not with noise, not with announcements, but with awareness, with presence, with one person choosing not to ignore what feels uncomfortable. Don't skip. God says the woman you are connected to has mastered the art of appearing okay. She learned how to keep conversations light, how to laugh on cue, how to redirect attention away from herself. Over time, people stopped asking deeper questions, not because they didn't care, but because she made it easy not to notice. And that is where the wait began. Stay till the end. God says when someone feels unseen for too long, they begin to disappear emotionally before anything else changes. They stop expressing needs. They stop expecting support. They convince themselves that endurance is the same as peace. But endurance without support is exhausting. Hold on, stay with me. Here is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. Heaven measures love differently than humans do. It is not measured by how much you do, but by how present you are when it matters. A single moment of sincere connection can echo longer than years of routine interaction. God says you were shown this message because your heart still pauses when others rush past. Don't skip. There are conversations that feel ordinary on the surface but are sacred underneath. A question asked at the right time. A silence shared without pressure. A reminder that someone is not alone even when they feel. This woman does not need dramatic gestures. She needs consistency. She needs to know she does not have to earn care by being useful. Stay till the end. God says many people wait for signs that are loud, but the most important signs are quiet, repeated thoughts, gentle discomfort, a feeling that something needs attention now, not later. If you are feeling that now, it is not imagination. Hold on. There is also a reflection here for you, because the way you respond to hidden pain teaches you how to respond to your own. Compassion outward softens compassion inward. When you allow space for someone else's honesty, you give yourself permission to be honest too. God says this moment is shaping you. Don't skip. The woman close to you may never say the words you expect. She may not ask for help the way others do. But God says love does not wait for perfect communication. Love responds to truth, even when truth is quiet. Stay till the end. This message is not about pressure. It is about awareness. Awareness creates choices. Choices create outcomes. And outcomes shape lives in ways we rarely see immediately. Hold on, stay with me. God says some people become turning points in someone else's story without ever realizing it at the time. They only discover it later, when they look back and understand that one moment mattered more than they knew. You are closer to such a moment than you think. Stay till the end. This is not the end of the message. It is the deepening of it. Stay with me. This is the moment where everything comes together. God says there is a reason this message did not end earlier. Some truths cannot be rushed. Some realizations need time to settle into the heart before they reveal their weight. Don't skip. Here is the final revelation, and it is quiet but powerful. Not every warning is meant to predict loss. Some warnings are meant to prevent it. God speaks before breaking points, not after them. The woman close to you is not defined by her struggle. She is defined by how long she has carried it without letting it harden her heart. But even the strongest hearts have limits. God says limits are not failures. They are signals. Stay till the end. This is where divine timing becomes visible. You were not chosen because you are perfect. You were chosen because you are attentive, because you pause, because you listen when others dismiss their inner voice. God says love that arrives early can change endings. Hold on, stay with me. There are moments in life that feel small when they happen, but massive when remembered. A message sent instead of postponed. A visit made instead of delayed. A conversation that begins with sincerity instead of assumptions. God says these moments never announce themselves as important. They only reveal their importance later. Don't skip. You may never fully know the impact of your awareness. You may never see how close things were to breaking. But heaven sees outcomes humans never measure. God sees paths that quietly shift because someone chose care over comfort. Stay till the end. There is also a personal promise here for you. God says when you respond to compassion without hesitation, your own life begins to align differently. Peace deepens. Clarity sharpens. Purpose feels less distant. Because obedience to love always returns something to the giver. Hold on. This message is not meant to leave you heavy. It is meant to leave you awake. Awake to people. Awake to timing. Awake to the quiet ways God works through human hearts. Don't skip. God says the greatest regrets are not about what we did wrong, but about what we felt called to do and delayed. Today removes that delay. Awareness has been placed in your hands. What you choose next matters. Stay till the end. This is not the end of the story. It is the moment where direction changes. Stay with me. This final stretch matters more than you think. There is a quiet shift that happens when awareness turns into intention. God says many people receive messages, but few allow those messages to change how they move. This is the moment where listening becomes living. Don't skip. The woman close to you is still breathing, still moving, still showing up. That alone is not the measure of life. God says life is also measured by how seen someone feels, how safe they feel to exist without performing strength. Stay till the end. Here is the truth few people hear. Some people do not need saving from death. They need saving from invisibility, from the slow fading that happens when no one notices the weight they carry every day. God says this is why timing is sacred. Not later, not someday. Presence now. Hold on, stay with me. You are not being asked to become someone else. You are being asked to become more present as who you already are. To slow down enough to notice tone. To listen beyond words. To sense when "I'm fine" means, please don't leave. Don't skip. This message has stretched your attention for a reason. Attention is the doorway to compassion. Compassion is the doorway to change. God works through sequences, not shortcuts. Stay till the end. If you feel a quiet resolve forming inside you, that is alignment. If you feel a name becoming clearer, that is direction. God does not confuse hearts when He calls them to act. Hold on. There is no dramatic ending here because real change rarely looks dramatic. It looks like consistency. It looks like care repeated. It looks like choosing not to look away when life gets uncomfortable. Don't skip. God says the most powerful people in someone's life are often the ones who simply stayed, who did not disappear when things felt heavy, who did not demand explanations, who remained present. Stay till the end. This message leaves you with clarity, not pressure. Awareness, not fear. Because when love moves first, outcomes change quietly but permanently. Hold on, stay with me. What you do next does not need an audience. Heaven already noticed. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part settles the truth into your bones. God says there are moments when silence becomes a test. Not her silence. Yours. What you choose to do after knowing. What you choose to say after sensing. What you choose to prioritize after this pause. Don't skip. Here is the revelation most people never hear. Destiny often moves through ordinary obedience. Not loud declarations. Not public gestures. Quiet faithfulness. Showing up when it would be easier to stay distracted. Stay till the end. The woman close to you has learned how to survive without asking. That skill kept her alive, but it also kept her alone. God says loneliness does not always look like isolation. Sometimes it looks like being surrounded and still unseen. Hold on, stay with me. This is why God interrupts routines. Because routines can numb awareness. And numbness delays compassion. You were interrupted for a reason. Don't skip. There is a sacred exchange happening right now. As you hold this message, something unseen is being rearranged. Hearts soften. Timing aligns. Courage forms quietly. Stay till the end. God says you do not need certainty to act. You need sincerity. Love does not require a guarantee. It requires a decision. When love moves without proof, heaven moves with power. Hold on. If you are waiting for permission, this is it. Not permission to fix. Permission to care. Not permission to confront. Permission to connect. Don't skip. Some lives are changed because someone asked a gentle question at the right time. Some endings are delayed because someone chose presence over convenience. God says these moments are never wasted. Stay till the end. This message will not chase you after it ends. It will trust you. Trust your heart. Trust your awareness. Trust the quiet nudge that brought you this far. Hold on, stay with me. You were meant to hear this now. And now is enough. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part sharpens your clarity. God says there is a difference between knowing something and responding to it. Knowledge sits in the mind. Response moves through the heart. And heaven responds to movement. Don't skip. Here is the quiet shock most people never consider. Some people do not decline suddenly. They decline slowly, invisibly, while continuing to serve everyone else. The body keeps going. The smile stays practiced. But the inner strength leaks out through unnoticed cracks. Stay till the end. God says the woman close to you learned how to carry pain without spilling it. That discipline earned admiration, but it also built walls. Walls that kept help out. Walls that made her believe she must endure alone. Hold on, stay with me. This message is not calling you to urgency born from fear. It is calling you to urgency born from love. There is a difference. Fear rushes. Love arrives on time. Don't skip. If you are waiting for a dramatic sign, release that expectation. God often uses gentle confirmations. A thought that returns. A feeling that persists. A moment that refuses to leave you alone until you acknowledge it. Stay till the end. There is power in being the first to notice, the first to ask, the first to slow down. God says first responders are not always the loudest. They are the most attentive. Hold on. You are not alone in this awareness. Heaven stands with those who choose compassion without applause. When you act quietly, unseen support multiplies quietly too. Don't skip. This is how outcomes change without announcements. This is how paths bend without noise. This is how love intervenes before silence deepens. Stay till the end. Let this truth settle. Being present at the right moment can matter more than years of good intentions. God says moments like this are rare because attention is rare. Hold on, stay with me. You are still here because something inside you recognizes the weight of this message. That recognition is not accidental. It is alignment. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part reaches the deepest layer. God says some messages arrive not to inform, but to transform. They stay with you long after the sound ends. They return in quiet moments. They reshape how you look at people you thought you already understood. Don't skip. Here is the revelation that changes perspective. People do not always hide pain because they want privacy. Many hide it because they learned that being honest once cost them connection. So they chose silence to stay accepted. Stay till the end. The woman close to you did not wake up one day and decide to hide. It happened slowly. Each time she minimized herself. Each time she said, "It's nothing." Each time she chose peace for others over truth for herself. Hold on, stay with me. God says this is how heavy burdens become normal. Not because they are light, but because they are familiar. Familiar pain feels safer than risking disappointment again. Don't skip. This is why awareness is powerful. Awareness interrupts cycles. When someone feels seen without explaining, something inside them exhales. God says relief begins when performance ends. Stay till the end. There is also a mirror here, because many who notice hidden pain carry their own quietly. You recognize it because you understand it. God connects hearts that speak the same silent language. Hold on. This message is not asking you to rush into action. It is asking you to move with intention. Intention guided by compassion, not assumption. By listening, not fixing. Don't skip. God says the greatest gift you can offer someone in pain is not answers. It is safety. Safety to be real. Safety to pause. Safety to exist without being strong. Stay till the end. If this message feels unusually calm yet heavy, that is because truth often arrives without noise. It does not demand reaction. It invites reflection. Hold on, stay with me. What you carry from this moment will shape what happens next. Awareness has been planted. What grows from it will matter. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part reframes everything you think you understood. God says some truths only reveal themselves after patience has been tested. You stayed because something inside you knows this message is still unfolding. And it is. Don't skip. Here is the rare revelation. Healing often begins before words are spoken. It begins the moment someone senses they are not alone anymore. Presence changes the atmosphere before anything else changes. Stay till the end. The woman close to you may never tell you how close she came to giving up on being seen. God says hope does not always disappear loudly. Sometimes it dims quietly, waiting to see if anyone notices the light fading. Hold on, stay with me. This is why small moments matter more than people realize. A pause, a check-in, a tone that says, "I have time." God says time offered freely restores dignity faster than advice ever could. Don't skip. There is also a deeper layer here. God says when you respond to hidden pain with gentleness, you interrupt a generational pattern. Silence does not get passed forward. Strength no longer means suffering alone. Stay till the end. You may feel a sense of responsibility now, but it is not heavy. It is clear. Clarity does not crush. It guides. God does not place weight without also giving wisdom to carry it. Hold on. This message is not about perfection. It is about alignment. When your awareness aligns with compassion, your actions become simple, natural, unforced. Don't skip. God says the most powerful support often goes unnoticed by the world but never unnoticed by heaven. Quiet care creates quiet stability, and quiet stability saves lives in ways no one applauds. Stay till the end. If your heart feels steady right now, that is intentional. Panic was never the goal. Peaceful clarity was. Peace allows you to move wisely. Hold on, stay with me. You are closer to understanding the full purpose of this message. Let it finish its work. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part seals what has been forming quietly inside you. God says understanding is not the finish line. Integration is. When truth settles into action, it becomes wisdom. And wisdom moves calmly, not urgently. Don't skip. Here is the once in a lifetime realization. Some moments are not meant to be remembered as events. They are meant to be remembered as turning points. You do not mark them on a calendar. You feel them reshape your priorities. Stay till the end. The woman close to you is still here because timing has not closed. God says mercy. often looks like delay. Delay is not denial. It is space, space for awareness to arrive before outcomes harden. Hold on, this is why this message slowed you down. Speed misses nuance. Nuance carries truth. God works through nuance more than noise. Don't skip. If you are waiting for certainty, release that need. God says clarity grows after movement, not before it. The first step is not knowing everything. The first step is choosing not to ignore what you already know. Stay till the end. There is a sacred balance here. Act without panic, care without control, listen without fixing. God says balance keeps love from becoming pressure. Hold on. This message does not ask you to change your entire life. It asks you to change your attention. Attention changes direction. Direction changes destiny in small, faithful increments. Don't skip. God says some people never realize how close they were to making a difference because they assumed it had to look big. But the greatest shifts often begin with one steady presence that refuses to disappear. Stay till the end. If this message feels complete yet unfinished, that is intentional. Completion brings peace. Unfinished invites responsibility. God leaves room for you to enter the story. Hold on, stay with me. What you carry forward from here will matter more than what you felt while listening. Awareness has done its work. Now wisdom will do hers. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part brings the message into focus. God says some people hear many messages in their lifetime, but only a few arrive at the exact moment the heart is ready to respond. Readiness is not loud. It is quiet agreement inside you that says, I understand now. Don't skip. Here is the revelation that settles the soul. Awareness is not meant to burden you. It is meant to guide you gently toward what matters before time hardens circumstances. God does not rush hearts. He aligns them. Stay till the end. The woman close to you is not defined by how fragile she feels inside. She is defined by how long she has remained kind while carrying weight most people never saw. God says kindness under pressure is a form of courage. Hold on, stay with me. This message has repeated itself in different ways for a reason. Truth needs repetition to sink below the surface. Surface understanding fades. Deep understanding stays. Don't skip. There is something sacred about staying present long enough to let meaning settle. God says many people leave too early and miss the quiet instruction meant only for those who remain attentive. Stay till the end. This is not about urgency that steals peace. It is about awareness that sharpens love. Love guided by wisdom does not panic. It prepares. It chooses consistency over intensity. Hold on. You may not speak about this moment to anyone, and that is okay. Some callings are private. God says private obedience often creates public protection later. Don't skip. There is strength forming in calm understanding. Strength that does not need recognition. Strength that knows when to speak and when to simply remain available. Stay till the end. God says when you respond to quiet truth, your spirit becomes steadier. Steady spirits carry others safely without losing themselves. Hold on, stay with me. You are not here by accident. You are here because attention was required, and you gave it. Stay till the end. Stay with me. This part deepens what has already taken root. God says some messages are not meant to rush you forward. They are meant to slow you down until you see clearly. Clarity is gentle, but it is firm. Don't skip. Here is the quiet truth that surprises many. Love does not always arrive with emotion. Sometimes it arrives as responsibility. A steady awareness that says, I am here, and I will not ignore this. Stay till the end. The woman close to you is not asking for her life to be rescued. God says she is waiting for confirmation that her life is valued without conditions, that she does not have to earn care by being useful, cheerful, or strong. Hold on, stay with me. This message has stayed calm on purpose. Calm creates space. Space allows honesty. God knows that hearts open more easily in safety than in pressure. Don't skip. There is a rare shift that happens when someone realizes they are not invisible. God says invisibility is one of the heaviest weights a soul can carry.